Well, hello guys. Unclejona here, holding your hand while we drink some beer. Um, and I've got my MotoGP hat on because it is Sunday. And although it was Thailand, I believe, if I'm somewhere out there anyway, I think it was Thailand, land of the Ladyboys and MotoGP for this weekend. So I watched it, absolutely epic. Um, Jorge Martin, he seems to be the man of the moment, although I quite like the official Ducatis. The Ducati, in my opinion, should be in red colours, um, although yellow's pretty good and black is pretty good too. But I don't know, Jorge Martin colours, not so good. And I don't know, he's a bit up himself. But anyway, that's what it takes to be a MotoGP rider. But you don't want to hear about that, do you, dear viewer? You want to know what beer we're having. Anyway, I have gone back to Siren's 10th birthday, which I believe is the last magazine to have the tasting notes in. So there we go. This is the beer we are doing today, Ruby Tuesday. It's obviously Siren with brewing by numbers. It's a red IPA at 5.2%, which is pretty good. Collaboration between breweries who love red IPAs. This example is accentuated with Seville orange marmalade, enhancing the hoppy citrus and resinous character, while wonderfully playing against delicious toasty malts. And yeah, why have we got that? Well, this is what I always think. Amarillo always gives me that kind of marmalade-y thing. Centennial and Cascade don't. Laurel, not sure about Laurel. But anyway, it's going to be quite interesting. So let us have a look at the can, which has been sitting in the fridge. Brewing by numbers, they always do, guess what, a number. And this one's got 16 on it for some weird reason. And it's focusing more on me than the can, but never mind. We'll do that, and then hopefully it will focus on here. I believe that, yeah, it's basically got the whole thing that I've already said. 10 years old, 5.2% ABV. I think, is that meant to be an orange? Is that supposed to look a bit like an orange? Were they planning for it to be orange type beer? I do not know. So, oh, and as always, black top, which is cool, but not black bottom. I'm never sure why they do the black. Surely if it was a black can, it would be all black. But yeah, look, see under there, silver bottom, and it is quite orangey. Right, let's get this bad boy into a glass. Wow, and that is pouring like ginger beer, proper red. Well, I'd say sort of amber colour, dark amber, but they're calling it a red IPA. So who am I? Who am I, dear viewer? Let's move that in a bit, up a bit, right a bit, left a bit, right, up a bit. And there we go. There's another weird thing to put on the front of my video. Right, let's have a look at this. So, finger's head just under. Lovely, lovely, fluffy kind of head. Just off white, though. It looks pretty white, but let me tell you, that is not pure. But then against that kind of red, rusty red, autumn red IPA colour, it does look pretty white, but it's kind of, if you're painting a wall and you don't want blinding pure white, you want just off, put a tiny bit of red in perhaps, and that is what you will get. Interesting. I'm getting citrus. I'm getting that orange. I know what they're saying there. However, the citrus is in there, kind of peachy kind of thing, which I guess Cascade is responsible for. Although it's weird, not many people use Cascade anymore, especially in the UK. Centennial, on the other hand, people do use, and that gives me, for me personally, a kind of bubblegummy kind of thing. I think I've said that before. But in this particular beer, there's a sort of kind of chalkiness, creaminess going on. And I'm not 100% sure what the L'Oreal is going to be doing, but maybe that's another orange kind of thing going on. Who knows? Dear viewer, before I start drinking, please click like if you haven't done before, click subscribe even, and then like, and everything, because it really does help with the metrics of YouTube, because they mess around with such things. So any kind of interaction with the channel really does help me out a lot. If you are not on YouTube, please watch this video on YouTube and do that, because if you do it on Facebook or one of the other places that this beer might, this review even of this beer might appear, yeah, always better to give me feedback via YouTube than the others. So thank you very much. Let's dive in and see what we get. Ooh, quite sweet as well. I am getting that orange. I am getting that kind of a marmalade type thing, but I am getting the kind of, yeah, the Cascade Centennial thing. There's definitely a bit of greenery in there. There's definitely a bit of kind of peachiness too. But yeah, getting some greenery too, some sort of, not some dankness. Weirdly, it's all quite high level flavors going on here. So it's not that superb dankness that you might get from, say, something. I don't want to say Citra, but Citra is a kind of green resinous hop. But yeah, I'm not getting that from here, which is quite interesting. But yeah, there's that weird chalkiness there too. And the malts, maybe the malts is worthy of thinking about, because there is a sort of breadiness, a sort of grain thing running down in the backbone. And because it's a red beer, that kind of makes sense, because to get that colour, you're going to need special kind of red X is one. It doesn't actually say what the malts are, but something along those lines, just to get that kind of reddish hue. It looks a little bit like kind of, yeah, like a ginger beer or an iron brew, something along those lines. And it is quite cloudy. I didn't say that before, but definitely some haze. Maybe not cloudy, hazy kind of red ale. Let's go for some more. So yeah, there's definitely some greenery behind the orangeness there, and a bit of citrus. But it's kind of generic citrus. I know where it's coming from because it's named the hops. So Cascade Centennial give you a kind of citrusy thing. But because they're a bit more old school hops, they're definitely given that green, that hedgerowy kind of thing going on. And then the Amarillo is definitely giving that orange. But I'm trying to go behind that and feel it's kind of, maybe bready and doughy is not quite right. Maybe it's more biscuity, like a kind of, like a, instead of spreading your marmalade on toast and sort of eating it, maybe having it on some kind of biscuit, some sort of malty biscuit. That's probably more more what this beer is doing. It's not malted bread per se, or maybe even in some sort of pastry case or pastry dish. Maybe that's where the kind of chalky sort of floury thing is coming from too. So maybe it's like, obviously we're near Halloween, and we're eating things like pumpkin pies and things like that. Imagine that, but instead of pumpkin, we were using orange, or more specifically a marmalade type pie. If such a thing exists, I don't know, but yeah, I'm definitely getting that malty kind of biscuity thing going on behind the scenes. I'm quite happy with that. Let's see what we get with some more drinking. Wow, pardon me. I have had some other beers before now, so yeah, I'm taking my time with this one. And as I like to see, I am getting a little bit of lacing on here. However, the lacing is not strictly playing ball with me, and the lines are kind of merging together. Same as at the back, when I usually have a huge vertical line, I've got this kind of two lines going up the back. So I don't think, let me see, does it give the recipe here? It does. Let's see if we can dive into this bad boy. Is it gonna zoom in? Oh, there we go. So we've got, there we go. That's what it is. We've got water, malted barley, rye. That is exactly what it is. Hops. Oh, it has got marmalade in as well, and yeast. So that kind of grainy, biscuity kind of thing, I'm almost convinced it's coming from the rye now. That would kind of make sense, but it gives it a kind of more gnarly kind of thing, like a rusk. You know those kind of thick, fat biscuits, like what are they called? Farley's Rusk or something. I can't remember. They used to give them to babies and things when they were teething. No, babies kind of can't chew properly because their teeth they haven't come out yet of their gums. But you give them something to chew on, a bit like a dog, and you give it a piece of pig's ear or something. No, they chew on it like a mofo. That is what's going on with this rye kind of thing. But yeah, that's the biscuity kind of rusk, as I said, kind of thing. Or even like an oat cake, but obviously oat cakes, they taste like oats. So it's not that, it's a rye biscuit, a rye cracker with marmalade on. That's exactly what it is. And the fact that they've actually put marmalade in along with Amarillo hops, holy moly, very, very nice. And there we are, done. Any good? Yes. I would perhaps be a purist in this instant, and maybe the rye, fair enough, yeah, it's okay. But maybe I wouldn't put marmalade in it per se. I'd probably leave just the hops in there, um, just to do things without adding extra adjuncts and weird shit into your fermenter. Pardon me, but why not? And yeah, an amber ale, or in this case, what they called it, an amber, no, a red IPA. That's right. Having that red colour does tie in quite well with having marmalade on there too. Guys, this has been Uncle Jonah meandering as usual while I'm drinking my beers. I will see you for another beer review real soon.